Hello guys, it is Benster Pizak here once again with another Star Wars figure review. I don't do many of them too often, but today we're going to look at something while it's still fairly new. As you can see, it is the Walmart exclusive Star Wars Vintage Collection Mimban Stormtrooper. Now, let me just start off by saying that in recent years, Hasbro has really lacked the ambition that they once showed about 10 years ago. But this figure here is a whole different animal. It's proof that in some cases, that's not always the case. So before we get into the figure, let's take a look at the packaging that it comes in. And in case you're wondering why I have the empty bubble right here, I didn't really thoroughly look at both samples' packaging. One had a slightly bent card back, the other didn't, so I picked up that one. You may or may not notice that well on camera, but there is some breakage in the packaging bubble. Like, there's some cracks and all that. So if you're a packaged collector, then look out for this and look closely. But if you're just a loose collector who loves to collect card backs like me, it's not so much a big deal, so as long as the figure has all of its accessories. I took off the Walmart exclusive sticker and put it on the card back. I would have put it on the side, but I decided it'd be better just to put it right there. I've got the Solo logo, Stormtrooper Mimban, and one thing that Jedi Temple Archives, the goofs at Jedi Temple Archives complained about is that the captioned Mimban name should go under the Stormtrooper name, but I don't seem to mind it too much. Got a really nice image of the Stormtrooper, the Kenner logo. The numbering is Vintage Collection figure 123, and you can pause this to read this if you want, but here's just the first wave of Vintage Collection figures. I'll probably do a review video on them eventually. You can find them on clearance just about anywhere now. So now let's get on to the figure itself. So this is the Mimban Stormtrooper out of the box and in the wild. This figure is a very well-made figure, so much so that I actually read somewhere that the Rogue One Stormtrooper in the Vintage Collection is going to utilize parts from this figure, and that says a lot because the articulation is just very good, but my sample has a few flaws, and we'll get to them as we go. So first, I just want to take a look at the figure and the weathering detail. Now, it looks really nice from a distance, but as you close up, it's kind of pixelated. Figure comes with a really nice cloth cape, which if you untie, I read it's really hard to tie it back. Figure has 17 points of articulation, comes with a double jointed neck, articulated shoulders. I'm not much of an articulation enthusiast, but I'll just point out the articulation. We got double jointed neck, really good shoulders, elbows on both sides, double jointed wrists, and on this arm right here, I apparently just moved it around. I thought I was going to twist it off and break it, and I put some hot, well, not boiling, but hot water on it, and if you have this problem with any of your other figures, I highly recommend it. It works. We've got the waist, the hips, the knees, and the goofs at Jedi Temple Archives complained about this, but the articulation on the ankles is pretty good, but they just wish it was better. The figure's accessories includes this really big sling rifle, this heavy blaster rifle. I'm not even sure how they carry it exactly. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to hold it some sort of way. I really don't feel like putting it on the figure using it as a weapon, which conveniently has this strap. You could just easily put it on the back of the figure. And he comes with a E11 blaster rifle. Now, if they had just stuck to the articulated stock, that would have been nice. Like the old Sand Troopers from the Vintage Collection and the Black Series Collection, the articulated stock would have been nice, but other than that, It's alright. It doesn't need that. I highly recommend getting this figure if you ever find it out in the wild, because internet prices, scalpers, they can be really ridiculous. Even Walmart's website charged $20 for this, and when Walmart realized their mistake, they said, just send in our figure or the receipt and we'll give you a partial refund. So please, if you find this figure out in the wild, get it. So until next time, keep collecting. May the force be with you. Logging out.